Hi, my name's Bissy and welcome to my channel. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for bearing with me. Sound quality of my last video wasn't great, but I've got my mic now and everything should be much better. I'm not sure about perfect, but I think it will be much better than last time. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the top things that I loved about my MSC cruise. It was my first ever cruise and I learned a lot, but I had such an amazing time. So I really wanted to share with you the things that I loved and some things that I didn't quite like. So I'm just going to jump straight into it. And here's a list of everything I loved about my first MSC cruise. I cruised on MSC Virtuosa. It was a cruise to the Norwegian Fjords for 7 nights in May 2025. One of our favourite places to chill or to have a drink or to just be was actually the Sky Lounge. Now, the Sky Lounge is actually located quite high. I think it's deck 16, and it is really nice. It's a really nice atmosphere. The cocktails are lovely. We didn't get a drinks package, but that's where I really felt like I really wanted a cocktail. So I did, and it was really, really nice. We were really lucky because on sail away from Southampton, we got a seat, a really good seat by the window on the sofa, and to watch the rest of the sail away after the sail away party. It literally couldn't have been a better introduction to cruising. But later in the cruise, every time we tried to go there, it was pretty full. I think everybody had the same idea. It is adults only. It was a really nice adult vibe. The queues at the bar were never too long. And also, once you had a drink, the servers would walk around and offer you another drink, take away your empties. So once you did that first round, you didn't really have to get up again if you didn't want to. It was definitely my favourite of the bars on the ship. So I'm not sure if this is the case for all MSC cruises, but our shower was fantastic. It was so nice. I don't know, my hair felt softer, my skin felt softer. I don't know what it was. And also the pressure was lovely. It wasn't too strong, but it was just a really nice pressure, actually better than what I have at home. Now, I know everybody talks about it, and I certainly heard about it before I went on this cruise with MSC, but the pizza it's nice. I'm going to leave it at that. What everyone says, however hyped it is, it's that good. It's what it is, it's authentic, and that's what I like about it. It reminded us of being in Naples. It was so thin and crispy and lovely. It wasn't over packed with toppings either. It was just really tasty. And they make the mozzarella on the ship, which is really cool. So we had a balcony cabin. It was on deck 13. It was really spacious. We were so impressed with the amount of storage. I mean, we didn't pack lightly. I said this before in my last video. We really didn't pack lightly. And I didn't try to pack lightly either. We didn't struggle at all to find places to fold our clothes away or hang them up or put our shoes away. So we didn't have to have things out all the time. I know sometimes in a hotel, I don't know about you, but I find that it's so frustrating to have my things out. So I put them in a suitcase and I put them under the bed until I need them again. But I didn't have to do that this time. My suitcases were empty under the bed. So I'm really, really impressed with the amount of storage. I don't know if that's the same for inside cabins or cabins without a balcony. I presume so, but whatever it is, it was amazing. I also love the fact that everyone had their own unique experience on our cruise. I mean, everyone that we met, people at dinner, people in the queues, people at the bars, everyone had their own unique experience. There's some things that we didn't see, we didn't hear about until we spoke to people. There were some things that other people hadn't seen that we introduced them to. So it was so nice. And I would say really do get to speak to people and the staff. Everyone is so friendly. We couldn't have had a better time. And speaking of staff, our waiter at our dining room, which was the Opera, was incredible. Also, our cabin steward. So those are my 2 MVPs for sure. They were so lovely. They were so attentive and they always had a smile on their face. I mean, we didn't encounter any rudeness. We didn't encounter any sort of delays. Actually, I'm thinking about it now. The only thing that we did encounter was that they got my hot chocolate order wrong. But they fixed it and it was fine. It was no problem at all. That can happen absolutely anywhere. And they are part of the reason why we'll be booking another cruise with MSC. So I have to say, the food in general was really good. We didn't have any complaints at all, actually. Everything was hot. We ate most evenings in our dining room, although we had one specialty. Actually, no, it wasn't dinner, it was a lunch. We had one specialty lunch at Kato Sushi, which was fantastic. But one night we had a buffet dinner because we didn't feel like getting dressed, and everything was really good. I mean, the mashed potato in the buffet and in the dining room, I have to say, was delicious. I ended up asking for more as like a side for most of my meals for the rest of the cruise. So I would definitely go for that. We didn't try breakfast in the dining room. Unfortunately, we didn't get around to trying it, but the couple of times that we did have breakfast in the buffet, no complaints at all. Hash browns are my speciality. They were crispy, they were tasty. They're actually really large. I usually have two, but you only needed one, really. And I don't know, it was lovely. Now, my husband is vegetarian as well, so he didn't struggle at all. I mean, the buffet's the buffet. You can get anything you want. There's a whole section for vegans and vegetarians, but most things are just there and open. They're not speciality. I would say though that the burger section in the buffet, ask for a vegetarian burger. My husband one day for lunch picked up a burger that was wrapped in the white and green, which we just presumed was vegetarian. Actually, I think it did actually say it on there. I'm not sure, but we presumed it was. And he opened it up. Luckily, didn't bite into it, but it wasn't vegetarian. So I ended up having to have a burger that lunchtime. But we then went back and asked for a vegetarian burger, and they just handed it to us. It was just underneath. So I would say just ask for a vegetarian burger. Now, embarkation and disembarkation were so smooth and so quick. We were gobsmacked at every turn. It was just so much less stressful than an airport. We definitely both agreed that this is one of the biggest selling points actually for cruising. But knowing that I can travel the world and not have to fly every single time is really alluring to me. And we left our bags outside of our room at 11 o'clock the night before disembarkation. We made sure we had everything we needed in our room and in our hand luggage. And in the morning when we disembarked, which was, I think it was about 8:40, our disembarkation time, which was really leisurely actually. We thought it would be a massive rush, but I mean, everything was really well organized. They know exactly what they're doing over there. And we picked up our suitcases. We parked in the APS car park right opposite in Southampton. So it was a, I don't know, 50-meter walk from the security gate to our car, which was, again, I've never had that in an airport be so smooth. So we were really, really impressed. So those are all of the things that I absolutely loved about this MSC cruise. Now, there are some things that I didn't love about this cruise, and I want to be honest and I want to be completely transparent with you. So I'm going to say all of those as well. There aren't too many, but there are some. So we work for ourselves. So we bought the internet package to browse and stream for 2 devices. And it wasn't cheap. I think it was, I'm going to have to look at how much it was. It was about £300-400 for the week. It's a necessity for us, but it kept cutting out, and it was so frustrating. You'd be in the middle of something really important and it cut out. It didn't happen every single day, but it did happen. And so we had to keep going to guest services, which then asked us to go to the photo station, and they sorted it out for us every time. And they showed us the hack actually towards the end of the week so we could do it ourselves. But it was just so frustrating that it kept cutting it out. And especially, it was just always sod law, at the wrong time, it would cut out. Now, I don't know if this is connected to the internet, but the app would just log us out as well. just by itself for no reason. And I don't know why that happened. I mean, I don't know, because the people we were sat at dinner with, they didn't have the internet package, and it kept happening to them as well. So I'm not sure why that kept happening, but we did manage to get in the end. But we would have, hours without being able to access the app, which was, it was annoying. Now, I am a water baby. I love swimming. I love everything about water, and it is my absolute favorite drink in the whole world. I drink more than my 2 liters a day. Also, one of my favorite snacks is ice. I said it in my last video as well. I love ice. But one of the most frustrating things about the cruise is that we had to walk all the way up to the buffet to get water and to fill up our bottles, to fill up everything, glasses, whatever. We had to go all the way up to deck 15 and then bring it back to our cabin, or wherever we were on the ship would have to go to the buffet to fill up our drink of water. Um, I don't think that's very good at all. I mean, I know in a hotel, every floor will have a water dispenser, maybe in the hall, maybe in the staircase, and I was hoping it would be the same on the cruise, but it absolutely wasn't. So that wasn't the best. We got around it, and we ended up buying drinks at the bars if we were in the middle of something, or didn't want to walk all the way to deck 15 for water. But yeah, it would have been nice to, if in the middle of the night I needed a top up of water, to be able to walk to the end of the hall, get some water, or should I say walk to the end of the deck, get some water and go back to my cabin. Sticking with the app for a little bit, actually, one of the other annoying things about the app is that on the first day, there was a ship map that you could access on the app. There was also a search bubble at the top that you could click on and search whatever you wanted. I remember I searched for the nightclub, actually, because I heard about it and I wanted to know, like, where is this nightclub. And I searched it and it told me where it was, deck 16. But it was so strange. On both mine and my husband's phone and our friend's phone, the search function was gone. The ship map was just gone. It was so strange, and it never came back. So yeah, I don't know what happened with that. So I do appreciate that there are USB sockets by each side of the bed in your cabins, but they were the older, bigger style, and neither of us had those type of chargers. So there was one socket that would fit the adapter that we had with us, and that did everything: our chargers, our laptops, my straighteners, my curlers. It was a little bit chaotic, so I wish there were actual sockets by the side of the bed. It would be really nice. Now, we had such an amazing time, and we did such an amazing couple of excursions, actually. One of them was in Flam, and that was pretty much one of the best days of my life. It was so beautiful. The weather was completely on our side. It was just stunning. It was breathtaking. Just thinking about it now, I don't know. I don't know. It makes me emotional. It was amazing. Um, but I have to say, the MSC excursion prices, I don't know. I don't know if that's normal. It seems exorbitant. Um, we looked at the Flam Railway, and for two people, I think it was £120 return. So an hour there and an hour back. On the MSC Cruise website, to book the excursion before the cruise, hi, that's my cat there. That same back and forward train ride was £167 each. So I don't know. We didn't do that. We booked a different excursion that we couldn't do ourselves. No, I think it was £315 for both of us. Um, it was 4 hours, I think. It was 4 hours, and as I say, it was one of the best days of my life. So to us, it was worth it. But it's such a high barrier to entry when you have prices that high. I don't know. Now, I'm going to end on something that we found absolutely hilarious by the end of it. Um, the Grand Theatre performances. Now, I'm not sure I'm not sure if every MSC cruise is like this or every MSC Virtuosa cruise is like this, but on our cruise, the entertainment was interesting. Now, this is in the Grand Theatre. We didn't see any other performances other than the live bands and the live singers around the ship. But yeah, what I will say is that the dancing was amazing. The dancing was fantastic. We love Strictly Come Dancing. In the US, I think it's Dancing with the Stars. We love it. We're complete fans of it. And it was very reminiscent of that some of the times. It was incredible to watch the skill on show. 10 out of 10. But yeah, that's where I'll stop with that one. So that's been everything that I've loved and things that I didn't quite like about my first ever MSC cruise on the MSC Virtuosa. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's been helpful. And I hope you're looking forward to your very first cruise, if this is your very first cruise, or your very next cruise, if you've been around this block before. I hope to see you again. I will be making some more videos and hopefully we'll be going on some more cruises. So I look forward to seeing you too. Thank you for watching and please like and subscribe if you liked this video. Thanks. Bye.